Whoa. It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on space ship Earth. Um, we're here, dude. We are here, and we're reporting live. It's been a minute. I think that color's better, dude. It's been a minute. What's going on, Dan Z? Well, hunker down. 77 to a 57-degree swing. That's pretty hectic, dude. Storms and tornadoes. Oh my, dude. Sigamanafo, dude. At Swagan, dude. I was hoping you'd be here. I checked 5 minutes ago. Here we are. Here we are, dude. Here we are. And Lavit, dude, nobody's names are what it's Nagasaki, dude. Nah. We're not really wearing that role anymore, dude. Beyond Division 55, dude. I wish the names didn't change, dude. Why is this, dude? Kind of freaks me out, dude. It's not very fair of YouTube to change everybody's handle. Howdy, Trent ends. Okay, that's your official channel name. Oh, dude, I recognize it's the heavyweight dancer, dude. That's what I'm saying. Did you? How come your at has changed? At Sean again. Yeah, okay. At. It's the heavyweight dancer. Heavyweight dancer's got a cool channel. You should go check it out. It's super calm. Till he loses his gimbal, dude. Till he loses the gimbal. Fortunately, we get the gimbal back. But no, go to Heavyweight Dancer, give him a like, a subscribe, and all that good stuff we do here. World's about to pop. I don't know, dude. So we're I gotta be, let me see, dude. I gotta be almost, no, not quite 2 weeks, dude. When did I stop? So I am a solid 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm a solid 10 days deep on no news, no input detox, dude. I have no idea what's going on out there. Even when I log on to this, I look away. So I have no idea. I don't know what everybody's in panic mode about, dude. But I can tell you from 10 days without any social media, world's a lot mellower, dude. World is a lot mellower. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's very interesting how the thumbs on the phone like just go right to it, dude. So I'm training myself not to use my thumbs on the phone, dude. But no, it's been really good actually. It there's moments where it's not that it's difficult, it's the muscle memory is super hard. And it's like I had to go run an errand today, and I was like, normally I would listen to someone yapping about something, and I was like, nope, just listen to your music, dude. So I've been listening to a lot of music lately, dude. I've been actually digging Spotify. I never really used Spotify. I have a Spotify account for my podcasts, but I never really used it until I stopped this, and I was like, I've just been going down the bunny hole of music, And that's been super good, dude. A lot of good music coming out of Australia, dude. I'll tell you, dude, Australia might single-handedly be saving music right now, dude. And that's good, dude. Yeah, 2026 coming down the pipes, dude. Stick your phone in a drawer. Well, I still need it. I still use it for all sorts of practically useful stuff, dude. And um yeah, so that's been good. It's been interesting to I've been reading a lot more, dude. The full flower moon, dude. That's right, dude. I like this other band, the Dharma Chain, dude. They're pretty good. But anyway, I want to get into the music thing, dude. But yeah, so I started doing a little prep in the garden. So we had rain for like 3 days over Christmas. It was super nice. The ground is all wet. So today was super sunny and nice. So I went and started doing some work in the garden and getting everything prepped. I think on the after the on the right after there's another rainstorm coming over the New Year's, and then I think I'm gonna start putting some seeds in the ground. My root vegetables. All my root vegetables, put my root down, yo. But that's been good. I got Owl some throwing axes, dude. So he's been on the daily out throwing axes, which is I realized how rad it is that my kid could take someone down with an axe the other day. I was like, dude, he's pretty good with the throwing axes, dude. He's getting it, dude. He digs it, man. And no, it was my buddy. We call him up here Tuna Steve. He's throwing axes. And when I was out of town a couple of weeks ago dealing with that junkie, he had to come over to help out to blow up some Santa thing, some minion. I got Owl and our client a blow up. They're big into the minions, big blow up minion, with the lights and the Christmas stuff. So anyway, he came over to help out, and he throws the axes. And so Owl totally dug throwing the axes. So I got him a set for the birth of the baby Jesus Day, and he's into it, dude. He's into it, man. So yeah, dude. My kid will take you down with super sharp throwing axes, dude. Right to the center of your chest, yo. I was telling someone, dude, that the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, I got Owl throwing axes." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you throwing axes, dude." They're like, "You what?" I go, "Yeah, dude." They're like, "You're not worried about that?" No, I'm not worried about him at all. I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked. He can just go and axe. He's super handy with an axe. I get a kick out of that. My kid's super handy with an axe, dude. But yeah, he's so we got that going on. We've been doing some Legoing here the other day, which is nice. And yeah, man, it's like, yeah, barbarian class. No, warrior school. Next, I'm gonna teach him how to throw the addle. I don't know if you guys know the addle, dude. The addle is a pretty rad piece of equipment. It's the one with the little thing, and you throw like the 8-foot spear, and they go like 100 yards. I used to go throwing the addle with my buddy. I should let me see right now. Let me see where to do that addle. Let me see. I'm just addle. There it is, dude. Let's see. No, not addle. No, dude. Addle. Prehistoric weapon. It's the one they take down the woolly mountain. It's like the weapon out of. Let me see. There you go. Oh, it's ATLATL, dude. Atl. I used to throw the atl. Just a second. Atl. Spear thrower. Atl. There we go, dude. Right on, dude. But yeah. Good times, dude, with hand weapons, dude. See, everybody's always worried about their like lead distribution units getting taken, dude. Just get comfortable with throwing sharp pieces of metal attached to wood. if you can throw sharp pieces of metal attached to wood, dude, you got something going on. They can't take those away. So yeah, no, I'm on the cleanse, dude. I'm not doing any sugar. I'm doing a full carnivore thing right now. I've been getting up super early. I go for a walk with my wife over to the other side of the hill to the lake, which is nice, dude. As the sun rises, I need to sleep. But I found that it's tricky in the evenings to get to sleep without my that's where I used to consume a lot of social media, if you will. So yeah, no, I haven't been consuming any social media. I haven't been on Instagram, Facebook, any of them at all for 10 days, dude. So I'm feeling pretty good about it, man. And I realized like there ain't nothing going on out there. There's never really been anything going on out there. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's all sorts of stuff to do, which is good, dude. You know? So yeah, and I've I don't know, dude. What are we getting in tonight? I kind of had an agenda before I started this, but I forgot what it is, dude. I forgot my Muditata Copactor or light phone. Oh, that light phone thing. Yeah. No, it's not about that. It's about not being attached. For me, it's not even the social media, so to speak. It's about not being attached to the story anymore. Like detaching to the story and getting back to like source. Getting back to the basics of what it is that this human experience is about, right? The simpler things, which was like, if I look at the arc of this channel, dude, it always goes simple, complex, simple, complex. They gotta strip it all back down again and get back down to brass tacks, if you will, dude. So that's what I'm doing, man, and it feels pretty good, dude. I got some room to grow. Like I said, I've been talking about this for like the last like 6 months pretty heavily, dude. Like, the concept of being sober in a wasted society, man, has really been a sticking point. And really what I realized, it was my own River Rick and Joshua Tree, dude. What's going on, River Rick and Joshua Tree, dude? River Rick and Joshua Tree, dude. I like that, dude. And changed your name too, dude. Everyone changed their name on me. It's like I've been gone like a year, dude. Yeah, dude. River Rick's Resto, man, dude. I knew that. I couldn't remember what your handle was though. That's the crazy part about it, dude. It's yeah, so we got that going on. Owl's at band practice right now. So I dropped him off at band practice. So he's got him and his little church band are learning new songs. I think they have solid six six songs dialed, dude. It's pretty good, dude. And then he's at home's been working on some I got him really dialed in on Danny Carey, dude. So that's good, dude. Like he's and what's going on, Marie Logan, dude? I Marie, I've been following some stuff up on your island. That whole Fairy Creek timber sale, dude. Well, I was until I turned off all the social media, dude. And yeah, it's I noticed life is noticeably calmer, dude. Life is noticeably calmer. I will say that without the interface of the signal, man. And I do tend to notice that I do tend to notice, man, that this is the thing I realized when I shut off the social media is that the social media takes place of the self-talking mind, right? If the ego, if you will, right? If we understand the concept of the self-talking mind, and I realized that so if everybody's always been tripped out about like the that there's some sort of plan to take over humanity and enslave us all in some sort of technological prison, right? And deprive us of our humanness as a creation of God, right? And the more and more I realize it is the controllers, if you will, let's call them the controllers for the sake of this conversation. The controllers actually don't believe that they're the creation of God, right? Like they're trying to be God themselves, so they don't actually believe they're the creation of God. They may study it, but they don't know it. So all of their like tricks and tools and things they're doing, the very best they can do is imitate. Like they can't actually create. So everybody's on this whole thing that the AI is going to take over the planet and humanity and blah blah blah. And I realized that the best they'll ever be able to do is figure out how to mimic their one-dimensional understanding of the infinite potential of God. Right? So if you understand like this techno eugenics type of mindset that the truther community has been trying to expose the whole time, which has been upended and subverted by the political manipulation class, dude. Right? The truthers have fallen victim to the propaganda of political ideology, right? But if you go back to what the premise of being a truther was sort of uncovering the plot to enslave humanity and waking people up. And the more I realized, because I've gotten a lot of quiet time lately, right? In the last 10 days, I've had a lot of like space in my input files, right? Like I'm not getting a lot of input from the machine, if you will. I'm getting input from the rest of my earthly existence, if you will, which is, like my farm, my wife, my child, church, the community, hiking, whatever it may be. And I do it becomes more and more apparent that what everybody is afraid of is based upon like a true lack of understanding of how the infinite potential of God is undis indestructible, dude. There is no so all they can do is try to get you to fall prey to their charade, dude, their facsimile, their impersonation, their illusion, if you will, of what it is. And I noticed it distinctly when I turned off all the social media inputs. And I was like, it got real quiet in my head, and then it got real loud, right? So like I turned off all the inputs, dude, and I was sitting there reading a book and listening to music and just being and being me and I was sitting there, and like for a while it was like super quiet, dude, which was no input coming in. And then all of a sudden, like a tidal wave of noise, my self-talking mind like reappeared and was like blah 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 blah. And it was like, whoa, dude, like holy smoke, dude, this thing's talking, man, like yippity yapping and blah 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 and about all sorts of stuff. And I was like, whoa, man, that is a trip. And it was pretty intense. It's like why like it's not that easy to get to sleep right now, because my self-talking mind is just like babbling, blah, 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 like when you're trying to drift off. And I used to like drift off to like some sort of like podcast talking about something, whatever it what may be. And now I'm not. I'm in the clear air. So my self-talking mind is back, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was sitting there drinking coffee like the next morning. I'd gone for my walk with my wife, and I was sitting there, and I was dissolving my shilajit, and it hit me. I was like, oh my goodness, social media has taken the place of the self-talking mind. And I was like, and I really like started to dig into that like thought pattern of like, wow, so the social media, so the best they could do is they can't take over your mind. I did realize that what they can take over is the place of your mind. What I mean by that is most people don't realize that they're not the self-talking mind, the thing that talks all day long. Should I go over there? Should I do this? That girl in high school, that car is blue, that dog is barking. I don't have enough money. I got to pay the bills. I got to and most people don't realize that their true self is the observer of those thoughts, the one who sits and listens to the thoughts passing by like cars on the interstate through their mind. Oh, there goes 1987. There goes my tax return. There goes, I should do this. There goes, I should do that. Right. And I realized that the AI can't, or the controllers, they can't take you out of the observer role. Like you are the observer of your whole reality, right? Like you're not your thought life, but what they can do is take over the self-talking mind with a new self-talking thing, which is the addiction to the scroll, right? Which is scrolling and listening to all this stuff and social media and just filling your thing. It like hit me because like I've been struggling with that for couple years now of just like knowingly knowing that I'm like oversaturated with information, dude. And most of it is useless, dude. And irrelevant, but it seems important in the moment, but it's not, which is just like the ego and the self-talking mind. It's like it's super, and my feelings are super important, but feelings aren't real, right? Feelings aren't truth. Feelings are just feelings, dude. And I realized that that's what they're doing with all this stuff is they're putting something in place of the self-talking mind, and because they can't get to the observer. But what they've done is they've built such like an abstract like human attention is based upon like anomalies, if you will, right? Like right, if you know how the mind works, it fills in the blanks a lot, like with the eyes and stuff. It fills in the blanks. So they figured out like the more abstract all the information is coming in, whether you're watching. The last thing that I watched, and I was sitting there and I was fascinated with it, was the night before I turned it all off, because I turned it off the next morning. I had my wife take my phone, and I watched this dude, this tree guy, who would go rescue cats way up in the trees, dude. It was like super cool. Like this was like an arborist, a tree guy, and he would get called in, and this is on Instagram, it was Instagram, and I was like in the bunny hole of watching this dude rescue these cats from way up in the tree, man. And it was like, wow, dude, like cat in a bag, dude. And like there was a whole thing going on with it, right? And I got super like fascinated by it. And that's almost like what woke me up to it. And I was like, oh my goodness, like this is so abstract. Like I'm fascinated by it, but it's my mind is literally like filling in the gaps between the dude up in the tree rescuing cats, some sort of thing going on with Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk, the orange man providing weapons for war, the IRS sending me letters, like, and they're all like diverse things, but like the mind had made him into like one blah of the self-talking mind. Because if you understand the self-talking mind just goes from one thought to the next. It's, 1 minute it's yellow school bus, and the yellow school bus. Yeah, that's right. I was in second grade when Nancy Wiley did this, and then Nancy Wiley, and then you're like, oh yeah, those books Nancy drew, and then you're like, I drew a picture of a fish, and then you're like, fish. I went to some fish shows, and wow, fishing, and blah blah blah. It just, the mind just does this whole like weird dance around, right? And so the media and the whole thing, it's pretty mono, right? It's pretty mono, but where they get it going is there's so many monos of things going on that your mind begins to fill in the gaps between the ideas. Like there really isn't any difference between the dude rescuing cats in the tree and war footage of the wheat fields of Eastern Europe and the genocide in Gaza and whatever. It's because the mind just links them all together in its own abstractness. And so I was like, oh, whoa, like far out. And so then I got back to the self-talking mind, like the real one, and I could identify it, right? I could be looking at it and go, oh, that's the self-talking mind right there, man. That's the self-talking mind. And I went back to the observer. Like, see, that's what I guess what I'm getting at is they stuck an artificial self-talking mind in place, but it's so like kooky and abstract that it's almost more entertaining than your own self-talking mind, because you're so used to all the narratives in your own self-talking mind. They cause you a lot of like anxiety and like apprehension and like dwelling in the past and all that kind of stuff. But their thing is just so like ridiculous. You're like, ooh, entertainment. And then, so you don't really think of yourself needing to be the observer, right? You think you're watching it from the perspective of self-talking mind, not realizing that is the new self-talking mind. And now you're lost because the observer is it in your own perception is like one step removed if you understand the observer. It was like this big aha moment I had the other day. I was like, oh, the controller's game is so weak, dude. Like I keep kind of being amazed at how weak their position is, dude. Whoever they are, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't even know if they exist anymore. Like I said, I've sat back now and I'm watching it all from a totally different perspective. And it's kind of trippy, dude. Cactus, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Down under. Yeah. I'm so confused. The ad cup. Why is it has to be? It's not important. That's the point. It's really not important. It's fake. It's not real, dude. And I've talked about that a lot here, dude. Like I did a deep dive on the whole thing. In the sense of it's all fake. It's just parlor tricks. I mean, if you're sort of an evolved perceiver, I don't want to say an evolved soul. I think that's too grandiose. If you've evolved your perception of the electromagnetic energy here on spaceship Earth, you do look at the AI and be like, so what's the big deal, dude? Because it's really parlor tricks. It's not really doing anything super interesting. Like, you know what I mean? Because again, at the end of the day, the human spirit will outdo it every time, dude, because it just can't keep up with the nature of the human spirit, which is just like on a certain level, it's idiocracy meets genius, dude. Like the human is so just like, oh, I'll go over there and look at that, and to build like a new, a new mousetrap, dude. You know what I mean? Like the potentiality of every human is sort of mastered in like accidents. Like if you kind of understand, like most great inventions were sort of accidental, dude. They were sort of like stumbled into something, dude. I saw this thing right before I turned it off about why WD-40 is called what it is, dude. And it was pretty interesting, and it's a water. So WD-40 was made. These dudes. I'll just give you the thing. I had to think about it for a second. So the dudes had a chemical company, and they only made one product, and they were doing it for the defense industry, and they got an assignment to make a water repellent, dude, for some sort of missile or component or some sort of killing device, right? And so they needed something that would disperse water dispersing, right? An agent that would disperse water, a water dispersing agent, the WD, dude. And so the WD-40 was the 40th attempt at making this water dispersing agent. And they realized that the market for this with the defense industry was pretty limited. There was only so many of these missiles or bombs that were ever going to be made on a thing. And these guys were like, well, that's not going to work to be successful. And then they were like, let's just market this stuff as a lube. And hence WD-40, dude. But what I'm getting at is that's a terrible example, dude. I don't know why it came to my head, but I just thought it was interesting of why it's called WD-40, dude. It's the 40th attempt at the water displacement product. But what I'm getting at is like life is that the human genius is sort of based upon this sort of childlike enthusiasm. And you could, and I think on an adult level, it's sort of and I think to demean it is to call it idiocracy, but I think like childlike enthusiasm is the best way to go with it. But then again, it's not childlike either, dude. It's it's sort of whimsical. And I think that's where all the AI hustle and parlor tricks and everybody's all afraid of the thing. I don't think they can beat just a totally abstract human mind that's able to like conjure up things from thin air based upon like accidents, like oops, right? Like oops, I just invented a psyop called the moon landing. You know, like that's like what they do with their like real brain power is like, well, we're gonna fake them out. Like the people that are like using their non-accidental brain power, like their manipulative brain power, their PT Barnum brain power, if you will. They're busy trying to like con everybody, dude. Ah, dude, thanks, Cactus. Dude, the surf's gone flat here, man. Holy smokes, dude. There was like, looks like there was going to be a swell for the day after Christmas, and it just petered, dude. We are in some sort of weird doldrums, dude. But thank you for the salty wax, my brother, down under. And yeah, but that whole but if the unit but if you inverse that, they got after 40 tries with the WD-40. So why wasn't it a total perplexed AI's attempt 38? What I'm getting at is they weren't really making a mainstream product. They were fully trying to make something for missiles, and they were like, let's figure a way to like unload our stockpile of this stuff. Like I said, it's not a great example. The AI thing I think is dumb. I just think that undersells humanity. I don't see that everyone's need to be afraid of it, dude. A bunch of dumb robots and the whole thing is like I think it's you got super clean surf down there. Good for you, man. Man, I'm jealous, dude. And it's hot, dude. Summertime down under. Summertime down under. And no, I think that at when I really take a step back, the thing that I don't know if I'm really worried about much of it at all anymore, dude. Like on a thing is the AI is a hustle, dude. It's a scam. And the scam is to try to get you to buy into it, dude. That's it. That's all they want is you to like put your attention to it to manifest some sort of thing, dude. And yeah, you can make, and again, I think the AI is a ruse because it's really about the power usage. It's just a scam so they can do this weird power usage thing. And I mean, you could get all into like I don't know, dude. I just don't buy the need. I just really don't buy the whole fear porn about the system taking over. I just don't see it happening. It's really based upon like our participation in it. Like they've tried to do it over and over again throughout human history is get every and they ultimately fail at the mission, dude. So I don't know why now would be any different. I know they're trying to do it in a weirdly creepier way. But again, I just don't see how the dark can prevail as long as there's one beam of light, man. As long as there's one beam of light, the darkness can't exist. And I think that's the more and more I've sit place of not observing the darkness, right? And that's truly what social media input has become. I can only speak from my own perspective, is it's just observing the darkness. And to me, there's, like I said, there's no distinction to me between a dude rescuing cats out of a tree and the genocide of the Palestinian people. Like, these things are hold the same amount of like data points, if you will, like ones and zeros and the binary of the delivery, dude. They are interchangeable components. Like again, as I that's why I'm constantly fascinated by Lego bricks. Because if you really go in deep on the whole Lego brick thing, it is a perfect analogy for the digital interface, right? Because with Legos, you can pretty much create anything, dude. Like on a scale, you can make a facsimile of basically anything in human existence with Lego bricks. So you just got to figure out how to like maneuver them around properly and click them into place. And I think that's and again, as I always get down to the fact that the Lego Corporation works flawlessly around the planet, dude. The Lego brick manufactured in China is no different than the Lego brick manufactured in Mexico, as in the Netherlands, dude. Like, they're perfectly machined and aligned, and the worldwide distribution of Lego should give everybody like a heads up that this is all a scam. That's I do just go back to that is why a dude like me is completely fascinated by Lego. Is yes, on the practical, just entertainment level, like it's a fun modeling set and toy and the whole thing. But on another level, dude, it reveals the truth that there can be a flawless functioning society, and that the chaos is the scam, dude. That the chaos is the actual like hustle. And I don't mean like to diminish the chaos theory, like it's just chaos, like science, like the big deeper kind of chaos is the whole key to it all. But the chaos being perpetrated by the electromagnetic output is a lie. And if you really understand the Lego world and the Lego universe that is simultaneously occurring on spaceship Earth, you will understand that it is a scam. Lego observes no international borders, dude. Lego goes everywhere, dude. And it's all perfectly made and it's all perfectly aligned, even to the point of their secondary markets and the culture around them. I know there was some big brouhaha about Bricklink shutting, but there's other trading sites on it too. And the fact that Lego is actually like a commodity that can be traded it is interesting in another space of it all. So what I'm getting at, I was frustrated one night being puzzled about the system. That puzzle girl clears your brain in the positive way. Yeah. The puzzle girl's rad. But again, the signal's coming from the same thing, because right next to the puzzle girl is all the frustrating stuff too. That's why I'm just doing an output only kind of thing right now. Is again, if the output going to the input is the thing, is like it's I can just hijack onto the same ones and zeros binary as anybody else. It's like it's no different, dude. So I do find it to be fascinating that they're really that what everybody's worried about isn't really true. And as a dude who studies it and made a cottage industry out of studying the hustle, if you will, that's all it is. It's just a hustle. And I don't really think there's anything to truly be alarmed at. I mean, listen, if there's anything to be alarmed at, it's the idiot standing next to you in line at the supermarket who's going to get into his car drunk, dude. Like that to me is like the real, like Like the danger isn't over there. It's like sitting right next to you in line at the US dollar yeah, I don't know what that I again is I don't know what that means. Devalued to what? Like again, that's a perception model based upon like perceiving that there's anything going on out there. There's really nothing going on, dude. Like that's the more and more I truly observe it is it's going to be okay. It's all temporary anyhow. Like I think that that's the hustle is trying to convince people that any of this stuff is permanent, like that you get to hang on to it anyhow. You don't get to hang on to any of this stuff. We're born naked and we'll go into the ground dead naked too, dude. You know what I mean? We might have some clothes on, dude, but you get what I'm saying is we don't get to take any of this with us anyhow. So I don't get like what it's all like the whole like need to like be afraid of losing it anyhow. It's already gone. We're just temporarily here right now anyhow. I don't know like that's the thing is having been through the fire where I lost like, all of it burned up. You really do understand that there ain't nothing to worry about. It'll literally like it is just molecules vibrating at different frequencies. And their whole scam is to like convince you of something that I don't know matters. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I don't think they can take you out of the observer seat unless you volunteer to be back in the self-talking mind. I don't think they can get in there, dude. I mean, they're trying their best, but at the end of the day, dude, the observer will always be the preeminent spiritual being that you are. You're not the little talking mind in your little spacesuit. Like that's where like it's been interesting peeling off the input lately is just the reminder once again that like I am not my spacesuit. I am not my thought life, dude. I am the observer. I am the spiritual being in this temporary construct trying to remain as the observer so that I don't get swamped by the propaganda, dude. And by the time your eyeballs see it, it's already dead, dude. Yeah, the Minnesota hustle is going to get ugly. I don't know what Minnesota hustle, dude. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm stoked because it doesn't matter. I think for me, I just got burned out on a level. Like, I did like reach a point of like at a certain point, and I've talked about this before many a times. We've sat back and had imminent scams, or what does it say? The hustle is going to get ugly. Yeah, that it's always going to get ugly, dude. For my 56 years of life, it's always been getting ugly, dude. It's always been getting ugly, and it really never has. It's always sort of fizzled. Because I think at the end of the day, dude, they can't push it that far anymore. So my problem isn't social media, the government say it's the people that I know and meet that worry me about trusting the other. Yeah, but they're none of your real business either, dude. See, that's another thing that's where you got to get like other people's interests really don't have anything to do with it. I get it. Like, I'm all about being aware of what the person's thinking in front of you in line at the supermarket because they might have a head full of chaos but then again, the people that like you're not going to change them. And again, as I just go to the point of like, why wake anyone up? Why worry about that in the sense of it's dangerous, dude. The more and more I move through this thing is like it's dangerous to wake people up, dude. Unless you're gonna sit with them till they get settled and get to the other side of the first part of waking up. I mean, that think about all the dummies who got suckered, who woke up and got suckered into January 6th. Think about all the dummies who have woken up and got suckered by the Orange Man or the RFK or the this or the that. You know, it's again, and it's a tricky game because like, you know, part of it is like, yeah, you can't stick your head in the sand either about it all. But at the end of the day, like I was cleaning the garage out the other day, right? I mean, or you know, because I got time, I got all this extra time, dude, to do things. And I was cleaning out the garage the other day and I found this like thing. And you know what it's full of? Like ceramic water filters, like probably like 300, $400 worth of ceramic water filters, and all wrapped in bubble wrap, all ready to go. And I was like, oh yeah, bitching, dude. I bought those things during like it's all gonna end vibe. I mean, I got them, dude. I'll always have them. But what I'm getting at is I looked at that and I was sort of like, these have been here. If when I bought those, right? It's gonna get ugly mentality, right? I bought them in the middle, like right before the COVID breakdown, dude. Because remember, I was prepping before the coup actually happened. So I had all that stuff before, and I looked, I go, I've had those things up there 5 years ago, but I bought them never thinking that they would be sitting in my garage in a box 5 years later. Right? Like, because I was conned by the COVID con. Not even the like, I'm awake and I'm not going to put a mask on and I'm not doing the shots and all that kind of stuff. No, I was actually conned by the hustle of it all. Just like, oh my God, like the whole thing. Like it was all just a big fizzle. Fizzle. You know, it's this thing is it's the constant fizzle, and I just don't think that they can really move again. As I keep I my analysis of this thing is what you would be afraid of is some sort of violent breakdown of society, i.e. civil war, whatever it is. And I keep going. I go, this country, our country, if you're in the United States of America, is so medicated and so unhealthy and so fat and slow and sloppy. They don't pose a threat, and they're not going to get off their couches and put down their Bud Lights to do anything to anyone about anything, dude. And I think that the system like has realized that on a certain point and is like I told you, I personally don't believe that the system has any fear of the most armed nation population in the world, dude. Like as it goes, dude, we are like and that's the controllers and the power brokers, they don't care. They're like, whatever, dude, buy some more, bro. Just put another like thing of those things in your garage, dude. Like, good luck with that, dude. You're not going to use them anyhow, dude. And so again, it's the thing it's like the thing I see. It's like when I see like overweight patriots with their Gadsden flags and their MAGA tarded gear and they're overweight. I go, how you gonna beat the system if you're unhealthy, dude? Like, I really do come down to the thing. If you're really concerned about the system and the AI and the controllers and all that stuff, sober up and get healthy, dude. I mean, so I guess on one level, maybe that's how paranoid I am, dude, is I'm busy getting healthy and being sober and trying not to like buy into their hustle. You get what I'm saying? Is like I do look at observe it from an outside perspective, and I go, nah, not really. It's all bluster, dude. I just really don't think they have like Civil War before. There's not going to be any Civil War, dude. Like again, is if anything, it's happening right now, and it's a dude like me, dude. The Civil War is just not participating in their thing by degrees, right? Like we chose to homeschool our child, dude. We chose to get energy as independent as you can on a certain level, dude. We got our own water. We can grow our own food. We have our own livestock. We have our own thing, but we're still welded to the system in many ways. But what I'm getting at is um is that is that when we get down to it, like the healthier we get, the yeah, the U.S. has been in civil war for a very long time, sadly, so polarized. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that, but I think I think all the polarized people are one side of the Civil War. I do think that it's polarized versus non-polarized, and we're definitely the digital ID, dude, is I just don't care. I just not it again is it can't take the place of the observer, dude. It does not have spirituality, dude. There's a billion, there's God has given us infinite ways around all of that, stuff. See, but it's like the thing, the digital ID will be the final nail in the coffin of fake freedoms. Well, they don't need the digital ID, dude. That's what I'm saying is it's already happened. That's what I keep saying is like whatever the hustle is with the digital ID, it already happened. Like we're already in it. Like everybody's already in it already, dude. There's no just because they finally come out with like here's your actual like what? Your social security number, your bank accounts, your thing, they got it all already, dude. We gave over our sovereignty to the digital ID decades ago, dude. So worrying about the coming of the digital ID is sort of to have like worried about the barn door after the horses got out, dude. Like we are decades deep into the digital ID, dude. But you're missing the point. The time to have given up your car and your phone was 20 years ago, dude. That you live in the digital ID, dude. You're typing into the digital ID. This is the digital ID, dude. You are the digital. This is it. Like there's no getting out of it at this point. Like that's what I mean. If you understand, like the satellites and the whole thing, like you're not unlocking from it, dude. You probably already ingested the nano part. Like I'm telling you, they ain't worried about it like that. That's sideshow hustle to get you to not understand. You've already ingested the digital ID, dude. We probably ate the digital ID decades ago, dude. It's just sitting in our fat cells in our ass, dude. And it's just some little teeny nanoparticle that's just got, and it just sends a signal, dude. Like I just think that worrying about that is 20 years old news, dude. Like it already happened, dude. It already happened. And every now and then they do a parlor trick to get the dialogue back, like they did in Cambodia. Like, oh, it shut down a bunch of useless accounts. And dude, life goes on, dude. They can't turn it off, dude. On a certain level, they can't turn it off. I'm sure they would like to. I really do sure they would like to like turn it off. But they can't, dude. we're not forced injections. Dude, I again is we eat the injections all day long, dude. I just think that it's fear of something that already happened. Like I don't like it already happened. Like we walk around with our digital IDs all day long, dude. We've put all of it into the digital. They don't need to inject us, dude. Like that I think that is like sideshow stuff too. They don't need to inject us. You're not gonna, they like there's something going on where like they've already infiltrated the meat market with some sort of weird meat that's glued together with an enzyme. They take the scraps and glue it together in steaks. And it's not, and it's in all of it's spread throughout the meat market because and they've been doing it for years, dude. That steak you got that down at the thing may or may not actually be like a true steak. It could just be parts that have been enzyme fused together. I mean, go look it up, dude. This has been going on for years, dude. So worrying about them sticking a needle in your ass and making is I think parlor tricks, dude. I think the safe bet out is just understanding they already did it and just maneuver from that point on. I think worrying about it is what they want you to do because that gives them time on you. Just assume it's done. Just assume you live in the digital ID already. Now what? Now what do you do? They already monitor every single thing you do. You can put your phone in Faraday bags. You can live in a Faraday cage. You know what shows up when you do that is a blank spot. They're like, oh, follow the blank spot. That's what I'm trying to say is like the opposite of that is they go, oh, look, dude, the phone just went in a Faraday bag. Follow that. Follow the blank spot. Because if they got like if you understand like the satellite grid and all the technology and the electromagnetic saturation on it all, they're literally following the blank spots. Like they're like there's nothing like whatever you need to worry about. I guess what I'm going is whatever there's to worry about, it already happened. So worry forward. Like, and by the way, like one of the spiritual tenets of, and the whole, like to like kind of miss the boat on God is to worry, dude. Like that is the denial of God. That is to put them in the driver's seat, dude. If you worry, that means that you've put the digital system before God. Like that, I think that's the whole trick, dude. Like they want us to put them between us and God. And why would you do that? So just go, okay, they've already done it. Now what? Because I think on paper, if you truly look at it, they've already done it. They've already done the thing, dude. You're not getting on an airplane anonymously, dude. You're not driving from one side of the country to the other anonymously. You're not driving down the street anonymously anymore. Like that's been gone for decade plus, dude. All the cars are dude. The day I really was like, oh my goodness, I went to go get an oil change at this kid. Like there's this rad mechanic in town. I went to get my brakes done, right? And he's super nerdy kid, super talkative, a little bit on the spectrum, super cool guy. I pulled my car and he's like, oh, dude, I see you take really good care of your car, dude. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I see that you're super current on your oil changes and this and that. And I go, dude, are you telling me there's an entire like database of every single repair job I've done on my car? He's like, oh yeah, dude. And he was like one of those cool dudes because I was interested and he showed me the whole thing. Every single thing that your car has ever done, whether it's an analog car or a modern car in the last decade, is in a database that is accessible by all the mechanics, dude. Just go ask your mechanic. Go down to the mechanic tomorrow and go, hey, man, can you pull up the data file on my car here? And you'll be like, holy shit. They know everything about what this car's been up to. I'm just saying, like, this whole thing that you're hiding from them is not gonna happen, dude. It's not about putting the phone away, dude. It is the way you're gonna get around this is spiritually and internally, dude. It's an inside job. Like, if you're worried about them and their thing, fine, but that goes against the tenets of what the solution's been put forward. The solution's been put forward that we are spiritual beings inhabiting this temporary existence, dude. So what does that mean? That means inside of us, they can't track us spiritually. They can't track your heart and what you perceive. Dude, like can of whoop ass. Are you sure what you're typing isn't that? Are you sure that these thoughts about and I've had a lot of, so I'm reading this book right now, right? I'm reading this book about a virus that takes I don't know, I got it from my dad's collection when he died of books. It's a modern book. It is literally like the handbook to what happened in COVID. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. I was reading something and it starts off sort of like not, and then it slides into this thing. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, when was this book published? Because I thought it was published in like 22 or something. Dude, it was published in 2019. If you read this book, if you read the book, dude, it's to the point where it's got the goofy presidential assassinations, the whole thing. If you read this book, it was published in 2019. It is literally like suggestive programming. That's the fascinating thing about the books, dude. If you go to the books, all of this stuff has been laid out. The fear porn about the takeover, that's them trying to convince you to join. And by default, you're making it happen, dude. The more and more and again, is can of whoop ass, dude. You are a product of one of the gnarliest spiritual teachers ever, dude. And that dude would tell you right now, you're constructing the digital ID surveillance system for yourself. And I see it. I see what I do to myself. That's what I mean. I turned it all off. I turned all of that shit off 10 days ago. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. I'm the one creating all of that. That is me by my observation. I'm actively building the panopticon by my perception. Like, if you truly understand the thing, you have to build the panopticon from within. That's what I'm getting at. This whole thing I've been talking about, like how they can't actually take you over. You actually have to build it through your perception and broadcast the signal into the collective, dude, and be like, yeah, dude. And the one that what they've figured out is they'll get you to be the panopticon. You'll be your own panopticon, being like, they're watching me. They're watching me. Oh, they're watching me, dude. They are, because they convince you to be watching yourself and broadcast that out invertedly, dude. That's why they get that whole weird hustle going with, I got nothing to hide. You don't got anything to hide, dude. But like, that's what I mean. Is like, what are we worried about them taking from us? Because if that's what we're worried about, if they already took the most important thing that we have, it's God. What they want you to do, listen, they spent most of human civilization trying to kill God. Actively trying to kill God. And they realized they can't kill God, dude. So they figured out after the 40s, what they needed to do was convince you to kill God. That's what this is all about. Convincing you that their system is more important than God. And if you truly understand God, you will know that all this stuff down here is just monkeys with cymbals. Clang, 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 clang. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And when you look at them and you give them all the power, you're not with God, you're with them. And that's how they're doing it. They realize they can't actually like kill God, but what they can do is convince you that they're more powerful and they're going to do something to you. What are they going to do to you, dude? I don't like what? Like what? So what? So what? Like again, is what are they going to do to you? They've already done it to most people. They've convinced people to put their faith in an orange dude, or put their faith in their guns, or put their faith in all these abstract things, when all you got to do is be with God. Like, be with God, man. I mean, come on, just go. My wife's been on this like Napoleon Hill like tear, dude. And I listened to it in the background. I go, that 1928, dude. This guy was broadcasting the message, dude. There is nothing to fear except fear itself, man. And I get it. Like I get like, but I tell you what, I turned off the signal. I'm like 75% less afraid. Yeah, you got your standard fears and oh my God, and how am I going to do? The bills are stacking up, all that kind of stuff, dude. But at the end of the day, like I can observe from my own like experience that like it's all going to work out, man. I mean, listen. And if there's a band of warlords coming over the hill with guillotines, what are you going to do about it anyhow? What are you going to do? Like, seriously, like if it gets that down and dirty, dude, what are you going to do, dude? You're going to hide out in some bunker, dude, with your lead distribution unit and your sliced peas and your beef jerky and ride it out, dude. Like at that point, dude, what are we hanging out for, dude? The empire's going to collapse anyhow. This is all a bluff that the empire is trying to do. And I'm telling you, is be the warlord you fear yourself, dude. The good Christian. But there is no captor. I'm the captor. So if that is knowing your captor, it's me. I'm the captor. I'm the one who creates all my misery. It isn't them, dude. And that's the Bible explains everything too. Unfortunately, Ryan, no, dude, it's been a fizzle, dude. I'm all ready, dude. Boards are ready, suits are ready, muscles are ready, dude. I just need the some sort of swell activity, dude, and then it's green lights. But no, dude, like that's what I'm saying. I am the captor, dude. It's me. That's the more and more I understand it. It's me that's putting me into prison constantly, dude. It's brutal, dude. I am a brutal jailer, dude. Dude, so brutal, dude. Dude. And like I said, is one of my biggest things that helps me stay in the cell. I had to like an alcoholic, dude. I had to ask someone for help, dude. I had to like literally like tell my wife, take my phone from me. I have no ability to like control my consumption of information, dude. And I don't look at it anymore. I don't participate in it anymore. I mean, I'm 10 days deep, and so like I'm just shit talking essentially. But what I'm getting at is in that 10 days, I've just realized how insane it is to even like give them our time and thought, dude. Listen, dude, at any given moment, listen, there could be a drone with the thing heading right to my house. What am I gonna do, dude? We watched enough. We saw what was going on over in the Ukraine, dude. What are you gonna do, dude? We're gonna wrap yourself in copper wire? I don't know. Or are you gonna spend every moment just trying to thrive in this moment, in LIVIN, dude. Just like live it up, dude. And I don't mean in the hedonistic gluttonous way. I mean truly like truly like pray. Listen, like you know, having sat with my dad while he died, right? The system didn't do anything to him in the end. He just died. Like he died before the system could do something to him. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say is odds are odds are that's not what we got to be worried about, dude. That's really not it. It's probably more likely that we're going to have some sort of heart attack because we were so worried that we sent our cortisol levels into some crazy dimension, dude, and we just seized up, dude. I really do think that's what if anything they're trying to do is kill us by our own means, and just the fear box, dude. Turn off the lie box, the fear box. Yeah, like I said, I don't live in a house with a TV for well over a decade. And yeah, just trying to not doing, because my wife doesn't participate in any of the input, dude. She does not participate. She's like, I can't, and I won't. Like she doesn't do that. She's like, I rely on you to tell me if there's something to be worried about. And I kind of I did have a look at that. And I was like, wait a minute. And I go, Liz, she's like, besides getting ready so we didn't have to stand in line at COVID, like, what are we, like, I'm leaving it up to you, dude. Like, that's why she let me move us to the country, dude. It took her a long time to adjust, but now she's stoked. You know what I'm saying is it ain't I don't know, man. I used to buy into all of the upper atmosphere aerosol injection and the this and the that's and the this. Remember when 5G was going to come get us, dude? 5G is coming to get us, dude. They're putting, remember when they were like the stickers on the mailbox? That was 15 years ago, the stickers on the mailbox. They're coming to round us up. Just go see if there's a sticker on your mailbox, dude. 5G is going to get us, dude. And remember the whole thing, it's going to activate the third strand of DNA with the COVID shot, and we're going to turn into, like, dude, it's been nonstop, dude. Nonstop, dude. I'm just over it. That's what I mean is like right before I asked for help, I did have like this, I'm just the saturation of it all. I'm just like, the hustle sucks. And unless there's like some sort of like crazy Chinese tank with like 1,000 dudes behind them, like parachuting in like Red Dawn, I ain't worried about it anymore, dude. I'm more convinced that the thing that you should be worried about is the drunk driver on the other side of the road, dude. The junkie tweaker, and you run him over, and it makes your car like veer off the road on the telephone pole. That's, I think, the more likely scenario that's going to get you is you bounce into a tweaker and it sends you off the cliff, dude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah. So I'm not tripping, dude. Because I over tripped. I think I did that for you guys. Like, as a dude, I fully went in, dude. Like my brother up there, who's like I'm talking with but I realize it's insane. It's all distraction. And it's like, yeah, in the last 10 days, I can't tell you how many minutes of my life I've gotten back. So if I look at it in a 10-day run, right? 10 days, I haven't had any interaction with like the input from the socials and the news and the whole thing, right? I have gotten so much time back to me that if I sit here now 10 days later, it's kind of like, I'm kind of like, wow, dude, that's a lot of like time. Then I've been doing stuff that I don't know, should be doing. but I do think that like all the worry about them is very nihilistic, dude. Like it does incentivize a what's the point? And I think that you can just have that in general. Like, what's the point, dude? Yeah, yeah, dude. Time is the most valuable asset, dude. And yeah, like I think on a certain level, like, and again, you'll know when there's a time to like I just like I said, I do believe that like if you live your life a certain way, you're already prepared for any sort of like thing. And I think like where we live, like what like I live in California, dude. Like at any moment there could be an earthquake. So I got to be prepared for that always, right? That's just practical preparation. But being a dude who's prepared for an earthquake always in California means that I'm prepared for basically anything, dude. So if and I think then most places in the country, like if you're just baseline prepared for whatever sort of calamity could come from just the situation that you exist in, by default, you're prepared for all other situations. And like, look, dude, if we all got to go walk into the woods and survive with our with our Leatherman and a striker and a tarp, we're doomed. I'm sorry, dude. There's no surviving that, dude. You might pull it off for a while, dude. But like if it's about going into the woods with a Leatherman and a striker bar and a poncho, I'm sorry, dude. There ain't no coming back from that, dude. That is just literally just prolonging yourself like some sort of little like freak, dude. I do think that we're better off just getting into our personal space and just working on our connection with God. Anyhow, I think I've run a little long here. I got to go pick up Al from band practice here in like 15 minutes. So with that said, thank you. We're getting back into the rhythm of things, dude. And super fired up, dude. Death Trap Productions, dude. Like, subscribe, become a member. It fully helps me out, dude. It's what we do here to take care of your talker. You can tip your talker as well, or you can go down to the links down below, dude. I got handmade t-shirts. I'm gonna put some of my I'm starting to get my herbs, dude, going. So I got the oreganos, the first hand-picked batch of Talons Out oregano right here, dude. And I'll put that on there. There's links down below, dude. Crypto keys, all that kind of good stuff, dude. And with that said, just be kind to each other and use the name tags. All right, I'm out of here.